Hey Super Solars and my simpletons. So today I have Mother Theresa, Miss Theresa here today. And we're going to be talking about relationships and just the things that you would go through in a relationship. How willing are you to bend for your partner? And she's going to talk about how long she's been married and things of that nature. And I have Sasha in the front seat.
Hello.
And so, Miss Theresa, how long have you been married? Wait. Before we even get into, because of the topic we're doing today, before we even get into anything, Miss Theresa, you know I'm gay, right?
Yeah.
So when did you know I was gay? And how did you know? Before we get into,
60 years old, so I know the difference between straight and gay.
But you
I have been around for a long time, and I just watch people mannerisms.
And so you knew already a long time ago.
Oh yes. But that doesn't mean anything.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure before. Okay. So back on topic. Relationships. So, Miss Theresa, how long have you been married?
27 years, as of June 16th.
As of June
16th.
So what year was that?
I was married June 16th, 1990.
1990. And so, where did you and your husband meet?
Actually at work. Both of us was working at Church Hospital, which was located on Fayette and Broadway. And I guess this was probably around 1987. And I was a CNA at the time. And he was a housekeeper at the time. And he just approached me. Took my hand and said, I want to go out with you.
And this was 1987.
About 1987, yeah. And I kind of brushed him off.
So when did, after going out with him on dates and stuff, when did you know that he was the one?
Probably after about, I'm going to say a month or two. And I said, oh no, I ain't letting this get away.
So now that y'all have been married 27 years, how is it, so how many kids y'all got?
We actually have 3. I have a 31-year-old stepdaughter, and I have 2 biological ones, 25 and 24.
All daughters. Is that
girls.
all the kids y'all wanted?
No, I wanted a 3rd one, but my 2nd one was kind of rough, and I don't think I could have did it. I couldn't do it again.
So okay, so I kind of know I don't know the answer to this, but it's nothing is perfect. So has every day of marriage been happy? And if not, what are the bad days in marriage?
No, it's you have your ups and downs. I guess one of the big things that almost everybody fights over is money. Sometimes you don't have enough money to do things that you want to do.
It's just from over the years.
From over the years, but then you learn how to share. And I know I was a kind of a selfish person when we first met because I wanted everything my way and I wanted to spend this and that. But, as time goes by, you have to learn how to compromise, especially when the kids come, because your kids come first.
Right.
And you second. So you just learn how to compromise and
what are the good days in marriage? What's good about
I guess
marriage?
every day can be a good day because you have somebody special, somebody to love you, somebody to be with. You have something to look forward to go home to.
And then, so after 27 years, do you feel like you know your husband for sure now, or do you feel like you learn something new every day?
I think I know him for sure, but I'm not going to say that you don't learn something every day because you always learn something new every day. But I think after all of these years, I do know him.
Right.
I know his mannerisms. I know what he likes and what he don't like because it's been a long time. But you don't know everything about that person when you get married. When, you gradually start to learn, but you try to know as much as you can about that person before you get married, so that there won't be no surprises and things of that nature.
Right. Okay, so Miss Theresa, so once you and him got married and everything, so when y'all first got married, and even to this day, how did y'all families clash? Like, was it?
Oh, did they clash?
Did people not like you and his family? Did your family not like him? Was it like?
Wow, this goes back before we get married. I ain't never tell none of. I mean, y'all don't know about it because I ain't never told nobody it worked. And we was dating, and I went down to his house and was sitting on the step on the porch with his mother.
Right.
You know, and she would look at me and, you know, like, who is this? What you here for? And, you know, we would just try to have general conversations because I was trying to be nice anyway. So she said, well, y'all going out again tonight? I said, yes, ma'am. That's how she was saying. She would sit there and smoke cigarettes. She said, but I can tell you one thing. I said, ma'am. She said, I bet if you mess with my son, I bet you ain't no virgin, are you? And if I was light, I would have been red as a bee. Thank God I was black. And it just like took me for a curve. So I told him, I said, you know what your mother said to me? I said, why she say that to me? He said, I don't know. He said, but, you know, my mother, sometimes she just straightforward. She might say anything. So, you know, but after me and her started seeing each other and we got to know each other, then we became the best of friends because she would do anything for me, anything. And I vice versa. But on the day of our wedding, my mother and father got seated. My mother got seated. His parents came down the aisle. So then, you know, my father brought me down the aisle. Our wedding, walked me down the aisle. My father had walked me down to the aisle at the altar, and he hands me over to my husband.
Right.
Lo and behold, my mother busts out the pew, comes up to the altar, and grabs me. And my mother says, oh, my baby, and grabs me. And everybody turns around because they don't know what's happening. They don't know whether she's going to not let me get married or what. My brother-in-laws lean back like something getting ready to happen. And then she just grabs me and hugs me. And then she goes back to the aisle.
Okay, so that was the story.
Yes, that was.
Pulling back here. That was so annoying.
And it was just. I mean, they didn't hate her, but nobody knew what was happening. They didn't know whether she wasn't gonna let me get married or what.
She was just emotional.
I guess she was just one of those emotional things.
But like your sisters and brothers,
my sisters, everybody
liked him.
Everybody, yeah. Other than that was the first thing. Then that everybody seemed to get along pretty well. You know, I guess first impressions are lasting impressions. So I just tried to be on my P's and Q's when I first met his family, so they could like me anyway. And I guess, you know, he tried to be the same way when he met my family. And except for that little incident, and everybody seemed to get along with everybody. And we all cool and, you know, like that anyway.
So have you guys been faithful throughout your whole marriage?
As far as I know, yes. He hasn't said anything to me, and I haven't. I mean, I know I haven't, and he hasn't said anything to me about seeing anybody else. And he's always been home, never stayed out.
You never
all
had
night.
the reason to wonder.
And I know, and I don't, because I trust him.
Right.
I trust him, and I'm hoping. I guess he trusts me too.
It has. Has that been hard? Being faithful, is that hard?
Not for me. I'm honestly no, because that's one of the things that being married.
Wait, number one, but are you in love?
Too? Oh yeah, okay. I am.
So we will get to that.
I am.
So you said, but
still in love.
But you said still in love.
Yeah.
But you said what was you about to say about?
I mean,
how-
I haven't had
faithful?
that. Yeah, and it has. I mean, I haven't really wanted to be with nobody else, and hopefully he hasn't either. He hasn't said anything to me about that, about wanting to venture out and nothing like that. So.
Right. So Reese, so with everything going on in marriages today, and with me, seeing how people act and seeing who men are. So for me, we're gonna talk about passes and relationships, and for me, if I'm not in a relationship now, but I could see me being in a relationship in the future. I think me and my partner, I think I would allow my partner to have fun on that birthday, to have a birthday pass, or at least once a year where they could have fun or do whatever they want to do. Only because, like Mr. Theresa said, as women, for me, I love like a woman. So for me, I will always be. We trying to wait for the siren to go by. This siren goes off all the time.
Like we live in the city.
But that little siren always be. So back to what I was saying. So like I said, I love like a woman. So that is blowing me, yo. So alright. So like I said, I love like a woman. So I would allow my partner to have that birthday pass, if I shall say. Why? Because for me, men don't fall in love. Most men do not fall in love. So for me loving like a woman, all I need is him. He's all I need. But I understand men being men are very curious, and I feel like men look at it as, they only get one life. So can you be with somebody forever without stepping out and seeing somebody else? Because men are curious and men don't fall in love. Now for me, I could be with him forever and not step out. But I think it takes a real woman to understand that men are going to cheat. I feel like all men cheat. So I wouldn't mind him not every day of the year, but once a year, a birthday pass where you could have fun once a year. So, Mr. Theresa, what is your take on that?
No, I don't want no birthday pass.
and you can have your birthday pass too. I don't need one either, but I'm talking about men. No pass. But do you understand?
And I understand what you say. You know what? Just hopefully I won't find out. Because I personally, no, I don't need no birthday pass.
So if they're going to do something, as long as you don't find out about it.
If I don't find out about it, then I guess that might be
what
okay.
I don't know won't hurt.
What I don't know won't hurt me, but no.
And see,
no.
And see, but do you guys understand what I'm saying about?
And I understand the fact that you say men will be men, because I guess they will. And I know a lot of men do step out.
Right.
But
and they don't want to be out, but it's just the curiosity and it's the urge
to do that. And I guess as long as if I don't know about it, then that's fine. But if I find out,
so basically, a man, your husband should have enough respect for you to make sure everybody in that place, everybody knows that
exactly.
place.
I could put on a wig and be a different person if you want me to.
No.
Because they gonna be like, no, So I think you have to keep it fresh. Like, how do you and your husband keep it fresh, Miss Theresa?
That's a good question.
Not just sexual wise, but just how do y'all keep it spicy or not? It don't always have to be sexual, but like, how do y'all keep things fresh? Whether you go out or what I'm saying?
You don't always have to go out. You can stay in and just have a day just to do nothing. Relax, stay in the house in the bed, watch TV.
I mean, I guess when you find that person that enjoy doing what you enjoy doing, it's not a problem.
But like I said, because and about that, Mr. Reese, how do you feel about me saying men don't fall in love? Most men don't fall in love.
Do you feel like your husband is in love?
They love you, but they not in love. Because if women fall in love,
I should ask my husband, are you in love with me?
Because women fall in love. I'm in love with you, so I don't need to step out. You all I need. But by men not falling in love, they
just love you. Saying that they just love you, but they're not in love.
Most men don't fall in love. Most men do it because most men get married and they do it because it's I don't want to say something to do, but it's the right thing to do, or it's like settling down. I don't know how to complain about it. I just feel like
that's a good question.
Most men don't. Are you because you're in love with him?
Yeah.
Right, so it's like
because I wouldn't be married to him.
And I'm not saying he's not in love with you, but most men don't fall in love.
They love you.
So that's why I would be with the whole birthday pass thing. I don't know who I will be in a relationship with in the future. I can't say that, so I don't know who I will be. But I would say like me. I think like I said, I think it takes a real woman to understand that men cheat. So I'd rather be real about it and know about it. But then it's like people was telling me like, okay, so you give him a birthday pass, you give somebody an inch, they're gonna take a mile, and I don't want to make a mockery or a mess of my marriage. And it's like because if he get a birthday pass, I mean I might take a birthday pass one year myself. I don't want to, but you know what I'm saying. I think it should. If we gonna do the birthday pass thing, I think it should be a two-way street.
Should be equal.
Yeah, and I agree with that. It should be. If I'm gonna take one, then you gonna take one, or if you gonna take one, then I am. Not just one, but I don't want one.
Right. So what? So Miss Theresa, what were some of the things? I think this is about the last question about your marriage. Well, two more. What were some of the things that you saw in? Was your mother and father married? What were some of the things you saw in their marriage that you took from their marriage that you learned that you didn't want, or what's some of the things that you took from them?
You know what my mother always said: don't knock a man what he's doing. As long as a man has an honest job and he's earning honest money, don't worry about what kind of work he does. Because my father was a bricklayer until his company folded, and then like in his later years he was a sanitation worker. And one thing about my father, he was a hell raiser at times, but he always brought his money home, and that was one of the good things that I really admire about him. He always took care of home first, and that's what a man should do.
Right.
Take care of your wife, your kids, your home first. Then if you want to go out and spend a couple dollars, that's on you. But always do that, and make sure that they always taken care of. And I guess my husband always have done that. I know one time I earned more money than he did. And
Martin and Gina, that episode.
Yeah, and we did. I mean, I thought it might be a problem, because men they don't like that. They don't like women earning more than they did.
At least back then, either.
And they didn't. Then after my job folded, then I came to Royal Farms.
We can't talk about Royal Farms.
I'm just saying.
Royal Farms made it again on camera, y'all.
And I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And then, now he earns more than I do. And it's not a problem,
Okay, so I'm getting married tomorrow. If I was to get married tomorrow, what advice would you give newlyweds? From being married 27 years.
Be honest.
Be honest.
Whatever you do, talk a lot. I mean, talk things over.
Communication is key.
That is definitely the key. Think positive. And just trust each other.
Okay.
Don't down your partner.
No. It's not good to do that. It's not good to do that. Not at all. No.
Okay, so Miss Theresa, so you said you were okay with me being gay.
Yeah.
So I want to know, like, how did people act towards gays back in your day, back in your high school days? Like, what was gay back then?
Oh my God. We probably had some, but you didn't know it because it was really hidden, you know. People didn't, not more or less nowadays, more openly, people don't care. But then in my days, they did care, and if you were, then you were shunned. People wouldn't talk to you. They didn't want to be with you. You know, families it was just so negative. It was so much negativity. It was a bad thing to do at that time. You just didn't talk about it a lot, you know.
Right.
It was nobody.
Okay, so Miss Theresa, what is your meaning of God? Who is God for you?
God is a supreme being. He knows all. Everything that we do, the earth, everything is a creation of God. If we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God. I know it takes a man and a woman to do it, but to create you, but
right.
But if God didn't create Adam and Eve, be nobody.
Right.
You know, he's just a supreme being. He's everything, really.
Thank you.
That's it.